Daily editorial The Hindu calibrated balance non alignment as a policy must be rethought, but India must be wary of alliance systems. In separate statements this week, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar laid out India's world view in the face of global challenges, many of which pull it in different directions. Mr. Jaishankar's contention was that non alignment as a concept belonged to a bygone era and that multipolarity in the world necessitated in India would have to take a definite stand and even take risks on issues such as connectivity, maritime security, terrorism, and climate change. However, he made it clear that India does not reject non alignment in its entirety and that while it would no longer remain disentangled from difficult decisions, it would not compromise on its independence. More importantly, he said that India has never been part of an alliance system, nor will it ever be. He added that even the US must look beyond its present alliances and engage with more multilateral arrangements. Mr. Jaishankar explained that while non alignment worked for India during the Cold War era between the US and the Soviet Union, the fact that India and China share a land boundary would always be a factor in a new Cold War between the US and China. He spoke of Indo US cooperation in many fields and the growing maritime collaboration in particular, but left unsaid the hard reality that military collaboration on land would prove problematic given India's disputed boundary with China, the venue of a nearly 3-month long standoff between the PLA and the Indian Army. Mr. Jaishankar's comments are a clear eyed assessment of India's constraints and avenues for its potential growth. The assertion of India's strategic independence and resistance to joining any alliance comes as a timely reminder amid speculation that tensions with China will push India into a stronger clinch with Washington, which is on its own collision course with Beijing. It is significant that despite multiple references by US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo to the India China clashes, the deaths of Indian soldiers at Galwan Valley last month, and his call for India and the US to jointly counter China, the government has rightly chosen not to raise its tensions with China in any forum other than bilateral talks with Beijing. Equally significant is the government's outreach to Moscow, including a visit by Defense Minister Rajnath Singh and the participation of Mr. Jaishankar in the Russia India China trilateral last month, and the External Affairs Minister's comments that India should also seek to build coalitions with middle powers such as the European Union and Japan. A time of crisis often clarifies priorities. At a time of double crisis for India battling the novel coronavirus pandemic in the country and Chinese aggression at the border, the message from New Delhi is one of carefully calibrated balance. Escalating tensions, the downward spiral in US China ties is bad news for the whole world. The US's decision to close China's consulate in Houston in an unprecedented escalation in the steadily deteriorating ties between the world's two largest economies. The Trump administration has accused the consulate and other Chinese diplomatic missions in the country of economic espionage, visa fraud, and attempted theft of scientific research. Allegations that China has denied. It has announced visa restrictions on students, imposed sanctions on Chinese officials over a Hong Kong security law, and is reportedly considering a sweeping travel ban on the millions of members of China's ruling Communist Party. The consulate decision is by far the most drastic measure. This is the first time a Chinese mission is being closed in the US since both countries normalized diplomatic relations in 1979. Since the tariff war that President Trump launched in 2018, China has retaliated against every hostile move by the US. China made matters worse by providing refuge in its San Francisco consulate to one of the Chinese researchers against whom the US has issued an arrest warrant because she allegedly lied to the authorities about her ties to the army. The US China tensions are no longer about trade and technology. What started as a trade war has snowballed into a larger geopolitical contest between the two superpowers, something the world has not seen since the hostile competition between the US and the Soviet Union during the Cold War. President Trump, who is under attack at home for his handling of the novel coronavirus pandemic, may be finding comfort in ramping up tensions with China in an election year. But what makes the crisis dangerous in the long term is that there is a growing consensus in Washington that a hostile China resorting to large scale espionage poses a serious threat to the US dominated international order. The Washington establishment, which had fought Trump's overtures towards Russia and several other policy measures, is in line with the president in his confrontational policy towards China, which has already done serious damage to bilateral relations that cannot be reversed easily. Incidentally, the US China crisis is unfolding at a time when Beijing is also acting more assertively in Asia, picking fights with countries in its neighborhood from India to Vietnam and Malaysia. The message from China is that it is ready for a long game of escalation as long as the US keeps playing it. This is a cyclical trap. Measures and countermeasures keeping taking ties to new laws with no possibility of an exit. If this deterioration is not arrested immediately, the US and China risk a total breakdown in diplomatic relations that is bad news for the whole world.